Question, I want to overcome the horniness and really be able to attract happy girls through love. In other words, not pursue them with my cock just to get laid, but with my heart to really make them and myself happy in love and sex. By the way, I don't mean possessive romantic love, but free spiritual love. Any thoughts on that? Well, that's a fucking deep question, and I actually love those type of questions rather than just like, hey, I got this girl's number. What should I do now? And she ignored my text. What do I do now? So I like that, the deeper stuff. So, great question. So, it really, the truth is, if you're in seduction and you're working on yourself, the whole point of the journey is to really, and this is, this might sound a little woo-woo, but it's really to fall in love with yourself. It's really to start loving you and thinking that you're an amazing person. And once you think you're an amazing person, and you're going to start attracting other people who think they're amazing people. So if you love you and you're great and you're walking around like, ha, I love women, I'm so wonderful, and you're talking to girls like, hey, beautiful, how's it going? And they can sense that you really are, like, you think you're wonderful. They're just going to be attracted to you because they think they're wonderful, and they recognize that a man who loves himself because they love themselves. And then in that, you're going to connect with somebody on the same vibrational frequency. But of course, if you're walking around like, well, fucking bitches suck, women are flaky, and I hate life, you meet a really amazing woman who's like a goddess, she's going to be like, whoa, okay, buddy, get out. She's just going to be like, get off me, like you're some kind of dirty, poopy insect that's like shitting on her, and she'll just run away from you. So if you make your goal truly self-development, becoming comfortable with yourself, living your purpose, figuring out who you are, and then connecting with women who are also on this spiritual journey that you are on, you are going to connect with those girls. But you really got to be, it's almost by asking the question, I'm proud of you, because you have that intent, that clear intention that it's not just about fucking for you. You want to go on a sexual journey, you want to develop yourself, you want to meet amazing girls. By being conscious in your journey and talking to women in that way of like, hey, you're a beautiful goddess, I want to meet you, who are you? And you really carry through that vibrational frequency of curiosity, of love, of graciousness, you're going to attract those women. I guarantee you that. So that's what I would say. I think you're on the right path just by being conscious with the question. What do you think, big guy?
I agree with that. I think the question's good. And also that, but I also detect in the question there is some kind of level, like maybe I'm just making a read about this, but there's some kind of level of sexual shame in thinking that wanting to just get laid is somehow impure or not spiritual. But when you think about it, meeting someone and having sex with them within an hour is actually an intensely spiritual experience for both of you, because it represents the breakdown of so many walls that people have to keep up that society puts on you. It's actually a return to your natural state, and you have to be so in the present moment to experience that. So from my point of view, it's about removing the shame that I feel around, my dick and my balls, that society tells you if you're a man, it means you're a rapist. If you're a man, it means you start wars, that you're violent, that you're a bully, that you're fucking up the planet. Like, these are all the aspects of masculinity that get shamed all the time. And then it doesn't show you the other side of masculinity, which is, power, standing up for what you believe in, protecting people that you love, being able to be the center and the rock in a woman's life. So, masculinity can be both expressed in very positive ways and very dark ways too. And most guys are just paranoid about, it's the same thing, they're paranoid about the dark side. So they're afraid of their own cock in their balls because of what they associate it with. So being able to, have casual sex with a woman isn't just some sleazy surface level thing. It's actually you letting go of all of that shame and being like, here I am. I'm with you right now in the present moment. And I want to express my core primal desires. And it's like a dance, it's like you could go on a dance floor and dance with a beautiful woman and not even talk to her and leave. And that could be an amazing spiritual experience for both of you, even if you don't have sex, even if you don't talk. And then think about from the girl's point of view, it's almost even more of a crazy spiritual leap that she has to make, because she has to deal with the fact that our culture shames her for being sexual in the first place. She has to deal with slut shaming, basically people telling her, if you're sexual as a woman, you're impure. If you're not a virgin, you're impure. If you have casual sex, you're somehow less of a person, like you're less worthy. And there are massive cultural institutions like the church and the abstinence education program in USA and in Western societies that are literally teaching girls this in school. It's fucked up. You should read this book. It's called The Purity Myth, and it's about how American schools teach kids just don't have sex until you're married. That's the best thing to do. And the implicit in that is if you do something before that, there's something wrong with you. So back to the meeting a girl and having a sexual encounter with her. You guys are both, it's like, I picture like two rebels with those fucking black masks on, and there's like a whole city burning behind them, and they're holding hands, and it's like they're saying fuck you to the system, and they're just doing what they want. They're stepping out of what society's told them to do. In that moment, they're like, all I can feel in this moment is that I want you, and I want to express desire. And she's like, all I can feel in this moment is I want to come on this adventure with you and do this dance and be seduced by you. And that's a really beautiful thing. So if you shift your mindset to realizing that there is sex in everything, there's sex in the eye contact you have with the woman in the coffee shop, there's sex when you shake hands with a woman you just met, there's sex when you dance with a girl and you never talk to her again, and realize that that's a beautiful thing, then you start to become someone who's like living your sexual truth all the time. And then as a result of that, you're going to be, as you said, you're going to be someone who's living from their heart and from their cock and from their brain, because they're all connected by your spine. And then that means that, as Sasha said, you're going to meet a woman who's resonating on that same frequency. She's going to be open too. She's going to be able to flow and express her feminine energy and let it flow into your masculine energy. And that, the first girl you approach isn't going to be the one that you necessarily have the most intense thing. Maybe you have to go on 10 dates with different girls, or have casual sex encounters with a bunch of different girls until you find one that you really click with. But that's a beautiful thing. That's a process of you guys, finding out about who you are and what you really like. So don't feel shame about experiencing sex in different scenarios. Think about it as a beautiful aspect of the journey that you're on to find someone where you find a really strong connection with them.
Nice, solid. Liam, I didn't know you were that deep. Thought you were just out there pumping a load of girls because you like having sex. Jesus, I'm usually the deep guy, and he's just like, come on, stick it in her, or what? So that's great. It's nice to see you've grown in a deeper spiritual level, huh? That's very good.